Cole here with Entertainment Marketing. Wanted to make a quick video showing you how to create audiences in LinkedIn ads. So to make audiences in LinkedIn ads, first you need to open up your LinkedIn ads account, go to audiences, and then create audience. We'll be going over matched audiences in this video. These predictive audiences are basically LinkedIn's lookalike audiences. If you want to create a predictive audience, you first need to make matched audiences. But once you do, you can create lookalike, aka predictive audiences, based on those matched audiences. So first, click matched audience. And here you'll have a number of options. So, and the options you'll have for creating audiences include company/contact list uploads, which is this option, company page engagers, conversion API events. So these would be things like if you have a HubSpot integration set up, you could create conversion API audiences for people who became MQLs in HubSpot. If you have that lifecycle stage conversion event set up in HubSpot, LinkedIn event engagers, single image ad engagers, website visitors, conversation ad engagers, document ad engagers, lead gen form engagers, and video engagers. So video, document, lead gen form, conversation, and single image ads require you to have campaigns set up in order to use them. Once you do start getting some data in place, you can set those audiences up for either engagers with your ads or paid clicks with your ads. There's a few different options. And then on the lead gen form side of things, you can choose people who submitted the form or simply engaged with the lead gen form. For now, we'll focus on the audiences that you can set up from day one. One of those is company page visitors. So if you want to create those, create an audience based on company page visitors, you select that option, company page, click next, and then first go ahead and give your audience a name. Quickly give one, company page visitors, and then I like to create audience variations for each time period that they allow. This is essentially a look back period for how many days the LinkedIn should look back for somebody who fits the profile that we've chosen. So if we chose 365 days in the past and people who visited your organization page, this audience would pull all visitors to the company page associated with your ad account in the last 365 days. So I'll finish up the naming here. I like to first have a little section explaining what the audience is, then dash, then 365 days, put a little note about the time period, and then I like to date pretty much everything I do. So I'll put the date. And then finally, I always put IT at the end for inner team, just so I know that this was created by us. Cool. So once you're happy with the name and the settings, just click agree and create. And as I said, I recommend creating variations of that audience for all available time periods. I'll create one more just to show you what I mean. So here I just copied the audience name from the previous audience that we created, update the days to 180. We've got visitors to the organization page selected. Now we'll choose 180 instead of 365, agree and create. And you'll do that for 90 and 60 and 30. Next, we'll create a website visitors audience. So to make a website visitor audience, you create another audience and then go to website for your setting this time around. Go ahead and set up another name here. So we'll call this all website visitors 180 days. And then you can either individually select the pages that you want to target, or and make sure you've got the right domain selected, or you can go to manually enter page URLs, which I would recommend using this setting. And I usually create a couple different variations so that I can target people who visited certain pages. In our case, we'll start with all website visitors and just pick a variable that all URLs for the website would have. So in this case, I'll just put the name of the company that we're working with. So it will pull anything with the word accordance in the URL. So now that we've got that in place, we've got the right days or look back period. Oops, that is one annoying thing about LinkedIn. I'll quickly set that up again. So now we've got our variable match a URL that contains accordance, and you'll click next, agree, and create. And just like the company page visitors, we're going to create variations of that audience for every available time period. So next we'll do 90 days because that's the next lowest option. Contains accordance. Great. And next I will show you how to, so you'd create the 60-day, 30-day, and 15-day variations of those audiences as well, which we don't have to do now, but just mentioning that as a best practice. So next I will show you how to create an audience for specific URL. So I like to create audiences for people who visited specific pages on the website as well. In particular, I like to create these audiences for people who may have visited a high intent page, like the demo page, pricing page, free trials, sign up page. So what I'll often do is create audiences based on visits to those high intent pages that I just mentioned, with a trigger for page visit to a URL that contains, and then you just put the ending for the page that you want the audience to trigger on. In our case, it'll be /demo, any URL that contains the phrase /demo. We'll update the title to demo page visitors 180 days. Select 180 days, click next step, agree, and create. So that's how to create a high intent page visit. Last, I'll show you how to create a low intent page visit. So to create a low intent page visit, and just for reference, the reason that we would be creating an audience for low intent page visitors is for exclusion. So we would be excluding anybody who visited pages like the careers page, the login page, the sometimes partners page from our campaigns, so that we do not spend money on people who are either not in market for our services or have already purchased the product. So to create these audiences, I like to make it really clear that we should not be targeting these audiences. So I put the word exclusion at the front of the audience name, and then give a quick explanation of what the audience is. So say login, page, visitors, and then we'll go 180 days. Let me get the login URL. Yep. Usually it's going to be something like this. And once you're happy with the variable that you've chosen, click next step, agree, and create. And for exclusion audiences, you don't have to make an audience for every look back period. You can simply create audiences for the last 30 days and 180 days. I like to make smaller versions of the exclusion audiences, especially for login page visitors, just in case a high intent lead may have visited the login page and not converted to a customer. At least we can try to retarget them again after 30 days, right? So yeah, that's how you create audiences in LinkedIn ads. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. And if you found this video valuable, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers.